so he didn't really like sleep up there. I was like, okay. Even when it was just him. So
Okay.
that was the impression that I got.
I'm here, but what I'm going to let you do for a
I
second
don't know what you're talking about. North
is-
Carolina.
Go back to North
So,
Carolina.
North
watch
Carolina.
this for a minute while I
Um,
go and get
So he
my vitamins and a
still
drink
made very
so that we
frequent
can discuss
communication with
this.
me when he was out there.
So I'm just going to put
and
this on.
At
Hold
one
on a
point,
minute.
he
So
told
let
me that they sat down and they talked about it, and he told her that he wanted to either fix things or like to try to fix things, and if she didn't want to fix them, then they needed to like move forward with the separation and like actually file for a divorce at this point was the impression that I got from this, and was what he told me. And so he said that she was like pretty receptive to just not trying. He was like, she seemed like she just wants me to go. He's like, when she has her mind made up, she has her mind made up, and that's what she wants. And he's like, she doesn't want to try anymore. And he's like, and neither do I really. And he was like, it's done. And he's like, and then the next day, I don't even know what days these were, sometime when he was out there, he told me, we're putting the house up for sale as soon as we get back. And I was like, well, that was quick. And he was like, it's her, she's ready to go. And I was like, okay. And so I left it at that, and then he got back, and I started asking him, like, what are you going to do? Because the Colorado housing market is fire, and you guys are going to sell this house, like, real fast. And I'm like, you need to start looking for a new place to live. And I'm like, where do you want to live? And I was really trying to help him out. I'm like, do you want to get a house? Do you want 3 bedrooms so you have one and each of your girls have one? I'm like, do you want to, you know, like do an apartment? Like, what do you want? You know, where do you want to live? Because he's in Frederick, but that whole area over there is just like a bunch of small towns, and you can kind of just pick and choose. Everything's kind of, you know, and so he told me, well, I like Brighton, and I was like, okay. And then he told me he wanted a 2-bedroom apartment, and he said he wanted 1 room for him and the other room for his 2 girls. And I thought it was kind of cute. Like, I remember telling him, I was like, yeah, me and my sister had bunk beds, like, at my dad's house. And I was like, when we were little girls, and me and my sister were the same age apart as him and as his 2 daughters, you know. So I told him, I was like, they're going to love it. I was like, they might be, like, stuck in one room together. I was like, but they'll become, like, best buddies. And it was really exciting. Like, I liked helping him, and I just wanted him to, like, I don't know. This is what he told me he wanted. So I was like, well, I will help you do the research. But another thing that I really took care of was to be like, where is she moving to? I was never like, you know what, screw your wife, try to get full custody. None of that bullshit. It was always just like, you know, I'd ask him, I'm like, well, what kind of custody are you guys going to have? Because he at work, they're about to switch his schedule. So right now he's like a Monday through Friday, and they're about to switch these guys to 8 days on, 6 days off.
That's tough.
That's awesome. And I was asking him, I was like, are you going to have your kids like on that set of days off? I was like, because that would work perfect, like 1 week on, 1 week off. And I was just like, you know, we just talk about it. And I'm like, what is your plan? And he's like, we haven't figured out exactly what we're going to do about the kids yet. But he told me, he's like, Colorado's a 50-50 state, and she's okay with everything 50-50. Like, he said that she was like on board with this because she wanted it too. Like, she was checked out of this relationship. So that was, like, how he made this sound. That it was, like, a very, like, kosher, we're done kind of thing.
Did you ever give him, like, books or articles or anything to read about saving your marriage? Did you ever provide anything to him like that?
About saving his marriage?
Yeah, like how to recover a marriage or how to save your marriage. Or, you know, there's all sorts of publications and books out there.
No, but I did tell him, and I don't know if I did this through text or phone. That will be something you guys will, I'm sure, figure out. But I told him a few times, like, I think that you should take the time to read some articles about what separation does to kids. You know, and I told him, I said, when my parents separated, we were literally like 3 and 5. We were almost the exact same age as these little girls. And I told him, I said, you know, I was so young when it happened that it didn't really have like a big negative effect on me because I was so small that I didn't really process it too well. I was like, but I do have cousins that their parents got divorced when they were like 10, 11, and I think that it hit him a little harder, and he's like, oh, they'll be fine, and I told him, I was like, even though they're small and you think that they'll be fine, I was like, I think you guys should just read about it just so that you guys are prepared in case, one of these two starts having a hard time with the fact that you guys aren't in the same house anymore, and I would tell him, I was like, there's pros and cons to it, like, because he was like getting ready to do it, and it would be like, it's kind of cool having 2 Christmases, and, like, your parents get to go, be happy doing whatever it is they want to do with their lives, and they don't have to be in a situation that's probably not good for the kids because it's not good for those two, but at the same time, it was like, just read. Like, that's what I always used to tell him. I'd always tell him to, like, I tell people to read about everything. Reading is so good for you.
So he, at this time, is telling you that, yeah, I am the guy trying to save the marriage and she doesn't want it.
That's what he told me. So, and and then he was like, she doesn't want it, so I'm not going to do it. And then it was like, we're filing for divorce, we're selling the house, and this was like all as soon as they were coming back from North Carolina, like boom, 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 boom.
Would you recall when he gets back from North Carolina?
No, I don't even know how long he was out there. I know it was like less than 2 weeks and more than 1.
Okay.
I don't remember.
So he comes back early August. Would that be fair?
Oh, yeah. It was definitely like in the first 2 weeks somewhere.
All right.
Probably the second week of August at some point in that. I don't remember when.
Does his wife come back with him at that time? Or
yeah, they all came back.
They all come back at the same time?
They all came back. And then, so he
Okay, thanks for, no, I'm not going to tell them. They're here. Thanks for waiting for me to take my vitamins. And, excuse my soaking wet hair. So you've got to go for 2 hours, and then what time is their surgery?
Okay, I got to be there at 12. They said prep might take up to 2 hours. Surgery's going to take 2 hours, and it might be 2 hours to get, whatever you call it.
It's okay. I'll go live in Sadfish during your surgery.
Okay.
All right.
Tell your poor husband.
That's what I'll do.
He's been an invalid. He's so
yeah.
Maybe they can bring him back to life.
I'll do live sad fishing during Jimmy's surgery tomorrow.
Yeah, his poor husband.
Yeah.
Such bad shape and it's so hurting. Maybe this will get him back to life a little bit.
Maybe.
He'll do some stuff and jumpstart a little bit. Hopefully, he survives. I shouldn't be talking like that though.
Yeah. Okay, so I was asked to answer, but there's a question that was asked. Something about why was this released now, or what this was released for. Well, the video goes along with the audio that's already been released. The video shows the body language and whatnot. Now you have to remember that this was on the 16th of August. This was after Chris confessed. This was after they knew that he killed Shanann and the kids. And so they released just the audio of this interview. Why didn't they release the video? It wasn't anything intentional. It just didn't get released. And then, it's been almost 4 years, right? Going on 4 years. They didn't release it. Then there was a lot of hullabaloo from a bunch of different channels on who was going to get this first, and they were going to sue the Frederick Police Department. They were going to sue Weld County. They were going to sue everybody to get this footage. So the evidence is going to be released to the family first. So if the family has the video, and all of these people who clamor around, to get the first thing, the family said, let's release it ourselves. And they did, and kudos to them for doing that. And there are still people that say horrible things about that because they wanted to be the ones to release it. Well, tough luck. So that's what happened there. And it was released today on Frankie Jr.'s channel. Deal with it. Some people are big bothered about it. Some conspiracy creators are big bothered about it. Big bothered. Deal with it. Deal with it. Okay, and so, hey, Bethany Scobie, I haven't seen you in ages. How are you? People saying it was hidden for years. Yeah, it was a big conspiracy. Come on, deal with it. Sit. Deal with it. But I think from what I saw, and the other thing is, I'll tell you that, I'm sorry. You're not going to sit there and talk crap against my friends. You're not going to sit there and talk crap against Sandy and Frankie and Frank and about everything, and then want to come into the channel and act all, oh, I know how to analyze this. Yeah, I'm going to boot you right out of there. I am. Because if you support, and don't tell me that's not your partner, because that's your partner. And she has said the most horrific things and has made the most horrific videos about Shanann that are untrue, that are conspiracy. So if you come in there, yeah, I'm going to throw you out. I am. I will take the trash to the curb. Okay. So people are big bothered that I took trash to the curb. People are big bothered that Frankie released this. People are big bothered that this happened. How could the family do this? It's so funny that these big bothered creators are calling the family greedy or whatever. What are they? Who are they? They're clamoring for always to make up stuff. The twins in North Carolina, and somebody killed themselves in jail, and somebody did this in order to have the story to make money. And then being judged by a person that's so low is laughable. It's absolutely hysterical. And it's hysterical that you're so big bothered. And there might be something new in the works too. I don't mean the case. There's nothing new in the case. This is the video. I don't mean that. I mean, maybe a series is coming out. Okay? But we'll see about that. Did anybody have any, I want to have you call in and have some questions about or what you saw, and if there's a part you want to see, like if you want to say, Carolyn, can we go to this part? Let's look at that. And so I'm going to put the number in Slack, and if you're not in Slack and you want to call in, just let me know and I'll give you the number. But I want to hear, for those of you that have been, following this case with me, did the video make a difference in how you perceived Nichol Kessinger? Okay? Now I'm going to reiterate it again. Nichol Kessinger in no way participated in the murders. The family, again, turned over every stone. She's been investigated, so please don't let this start that up. But I want to know, because what I did see is people saying that, seeing her body language and stuff, they believe her more. It's not that they don't think, they can have their own judgments on what she did and if she knew he was married and all of that. But I'm talking about the believing her more on certain things. There are some things where obviously she's lying, but it's not lying to cover up the murder. It's lying to cover up her character. So let me just put the number in Slack here, and we can listen and then talk, okay? All right. All right. Okay, let me put this in. It was a little crazy in there. It wasn't that. There's always the mean, jerky people. Mean, jerky people. All right. Let me put that in there. And if you want to call in and you're not in Slack, you can send me an email and you can call in and just let us know if there's anything that you wanted to look at in the video, or something we can look at a certain part, or you have a question, you want to go over something else, that's fine too. All right, I put the number in, so let me see what you guys are saying. Hi, Christy Love, how are you? More credibility by seeing her in context to what she's saying. So, okay, so, good. You just can't read anything conspiracy. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Hi, Hurricane Hunter. The video body language was helpful. I felt even more uncomfortable seeing her discussing intimate things in front of her dad. Yeah, as if she was reading. Yeah. Well, apparently it says a lot about their relationship. It's pretty open, I guess. You heard one creator say that there were super chats, but they milked this. Oh, Tammy. Yeah, that is so disgusting. Okay, that exposes a person's true black heart. Hi, Marcy, Navigator. I've worked amongst the dregs of society, and I've never seen meaner or more disgusting individuals than on this platform. Navigator, I totally agree, and I just said the same thing. Ren, you said this woman is one of the strangest people. Let's see. Please allow moderators to... Okay. Hi, Alicia Nelson. How are you? You've always believed that her involvement was... She gave numbnuts an ultimatum. Yeah, a catalyst. Yeah, that's very possible, yeah. Christy Langford, hello there. Jenny D1, hi. Listening now with earbuds. You're supposed to be sleeping, okay, Lancy? But there's, hi, Doors, the family, I hope knows there's a lot of people behind them. Yeah, but it's always, you know what it is? It's like that thing where you can get 1,000 people say you did a great job on something, but it's going to be the one person that criticizes you or says something that you hear. It's just the way we are. And you have these really, I'm sorry, they're low life creators who want to bash the family. And the only reason they're doing that, and the only reason they're saying, like, why did they even release it and it's nothing new? Do you know if they had that in their hands, you know what the headlines would be, right? Brand new, breaking news, never before seen. And it's so ridiculous to hear them, that these people that announce that Chris Watts committed suicide when they don't even know, that to be true, but it's something they heard, and they're all on the internet with breaking news. And these people want to be the moral compass of YouTube. These people have no morals. They have no morals, no moral compass. They're off the chart in the dark side. They're on the dark side. The black hearts. They have no hearts. They have no empathy. They don't care about victims' families. They don't care about the deceased. I don't care. Jimmy laughed. Don't tell me you care about the deceased. He's like, what about our son? Come on. There are black hearts. So let's see. Now she's going. Yeah, she's going to cover that. Where? With full conspiracy like she did the last time with spirit boxes and crap? Maybe I'll cover it again too. Let's see. Hey, Ginger Spice. There's already a couple posted it to cash in. Of course. No matter how innocent she was, the horrific incident, she's still a homewrecker. Yeah, no one's saying that she's not, no one's saying she's, a good person or had good character. Hi, Lucy. Hi, Carol, Lucy. Hi, Deb on the move. I was surprised the detective didn't question that Chris was looking for a 2-bedroom so the girls would share a room, and the detective didn't question about Nico. Yeah. I think she probably would have just said he wasn't thinking ahead or some, it would have been some. What happened? What happened, Bethany? You're praying the Rosacks get the peace they deserve. Seeing her talk about Shanann and the beautiful babies pissed me off. Imagine having someone as beautiful as Shanann as your wife and then cheating on her with that woman. Gross. Exactly, Bonnie. Angie. Well, so the one part where she starts crying and she uses that crazy voice, right? There's so little, it gets crazy the way she speaks, doesn't it? It's wow, because that part, seeing that in real life, because she was like, why, right? Wasn't she? It was nuts. It reminded me of the red rum finger thing. Hello, Mrs. Torrance. That was just crazy. That sounded very like she really had a pull for that, and it wasn't good. And then, the cheese slid off his cracker. I don't know why. But she did say his eyes had no soul, that his eye color changed. Yeah, that was weird. That was really weird. Hi, Thankful Grateful. Sending big hugs to my favorite ladies, Carolyn and Sandy. Oh, thank you, Thankful Grateful. I always thought the ping was significant. Spooky, it's going past, there's a highway that goes past her that would ping on that tower. She wasn't there. You can't convince me she didn't use social media to find out more. Well, we know that she did because it's in her search. She was Googling. Yeah, she was Googling, Catherine. She was. No one's denying that. You can't stand to hear her voice. Bethany, who passed? Who passed, Bethany? I'm missing that. I wish someone would. I'm so sorry for your loss, Bethany. Hi, Joe Glover. Justice did come. The man that killed them is behind bars. I know that some of you still feel that she's some way involved, but she wasn't. She wasn't. It's hard to accept. I think a lot of people, and honestly, I'm going to say this, and maybe it's not going to be popular, but I have to say this. I think a lot of women have been hurt by someone like losing their marriage to an affair. And I think a lot of people put a lot of their target, was like, it was just not even more that, oh my gosh, this, like normal. It was hyper focused on her given their own experience. And I really do think that's what it was. that there was a lot of personal reflecting of what happened in their life on her. And I'm not saying she's a great person. She's not, okay? I think she still did lie about a lot of things. I don't think she's a nice person at all. I do know that her searches that she looked up Shanann. I do believe, and we know that she targeted Chris. She's not nobody's saying she's a good person, but she didn't murder them. She didn't put the kids in oil wells. She didn't do any of that. Chris did. And it's hard to accept when you get so into it. And I mean, look, I thought too, yeah, right? Oh well, gosh, it seemed that, her lies had to mean she's covering this up or that up. But I think she was more, if anything, she covered up were ultimatums and were those things about not having any firsts and all that stuff that she was trying to cover up. Okay, but yeah. So I think that's what's going on. But she didn't kill them. She didn't kill them. Hi, Nana Patty.
Hi.
Hi. Did you?
Hey, I was just calling to let you know that Bethany lost her dad in January, and then they've been fighting the virus.
Oh, I'm sorry, Bethany. Wow. You've had the virus. Wow, I'm sorry to hear that, Bethany. Yeah. Sorry.
I thought the video was good. I liked being able to see the body language from both her and her dad.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Her dad looked like he was going to punch somebody at one time. His hand kind of went out and was like, talking to him like, do you not hear me? Talking to the investigator.
When he said, don't lead her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He got pretty angry.
Yeah, you can see, and we could hear that in the audio, but yeah, to see it on the video is different, more pronounced. Yeah, how angry he was, but he didn't really console her too much when she started to cry. Did you notice he kind of moved over, but not really a lot, and then he just like touched her hand a little bit, and then he moved back.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't like, if you look at the way Ronnie Watts was consoling Chris. I mean. It was weird because I thought he was going to really go over as he moved his chair a little bit over, but he really didn't console her too much.
Yeah. It was almost like he was afraid to touch her.
Yeah. He just like gave her like a little tap on the hand or something. It was just like nothing. Yeah.
I think Preach Queen sent you an email maybe to come on panel.
Oh, let me see.
Probably not a popular opinion, but it kind of makes you see that she was a victim too.
Right.
That he made her a victim too.
Yeah, well, like Sandra said, he lied to her as well. There were lies to her, and it's not too many people have a lot of sympathy for her. Not in the way that, Amber Fry had more sympathy, because I think people honestly believed Amber Fry had absolutely no idea that Scott Peterson was married. Where with Nichol Kessinger, the Google searches and all of that stuff,
Yeah.
And the biggest thing for me where I think she's not a good person, that really speaks out, is when she says pawn the wedding ring on the day they're missing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that spoke volumes as to maybe did she know they were, why would she say that if they were just missing? So that's weird. That's always
That
been
is
something
weird.
for me. So I wonder if she had a hint of what happened, or if he told her. Maybe she lied about that. I don't know.
Or that could just be a catty remark because,
Yeah.
she's thinking that she's playing games and hiding from him.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if she's just going to hide from you, then just why don't you sell a ring while she's hiding? That'll teach her a lesson.
Yeah. Yep. Sure would. Hi, Linda Petrovich. Hi, Catherine.
I don't like her. She's not a favorite person of mine. I do,
Can we
she
pull
knew.
up the
She had to
2017?
know.
Was it not an Anadarko employee phone and was not an Kelly Dawn, can we clear up the 2017 Google search? Was it not an Anadarko employee phone and was not NK that looked up Shanann? No. Where did you hear that? But someone else regarding Thrive. Where did you hear that from, Kelly Dawn? I'd like to know the creator that told you that, because right in the discovery, it says that they said there was an error, and then it says, no, there isn't an error. It was a 2017 search.
That was one of those conspiracy channels.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Kelly Dawn, that's a conspiracy channel. Forgive me then for what happened. I have pain in my heart. Yeah. Yeah, Carol Lucy, it's hard. Yeah. You don't think highly of women that fools around with a married man. She was too poor me, not really showing empathy, too focused on herself, Susie B said. Thankful and Grateful said, we all just have to keep Sandy and her family in our prayers. Yeah, of course. NK knew, Bethany Scobie says, what she was doing by being the other woman, and she kept pressing.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah,
She did
Sandra,
know.
I gave Preach Queen the number. She has the number. She has it. It's definitely. Hi, Carolyn. You heard this is over. Hi, Amy Casey. How are you? Sorry, I want to participate in the chat. I can't see. I will watch. You can't see? Oh, no. Sorry, Barbie. Hi, Debbie L. Preach Queen, are you able to get on? Are you having difficulty? Hi, Mary Tackett. Let's see here. Earthbound Spirit, hello. Seeking the Truth with KK and E. Hello there. Hi, Bridget. Who's that? Alvin. Hi, Jeannie's talking about life. Snow remover. Yeah, snow remover. I gave her the number. Do you know how to use Zoom, Preach Queen? You just have to download the app if you're on your phone. You have to download the Zoom app. It's very easy. My opinion is lives her faith. Faith that is much stronger than your own. Yeah, Kathy, and much stronger than mine as well. Hello, Lady Di. Hi, Gloria. Hi, Mimi.
Chris didn't know how good he had it. It's so stupid that to give everything up, give everything up for her,
Yeah, but
throw his family away for that.
yeah, something really wrong with the guy. You know what I'm saying? There's something so wrong. I don't think it's just that. I mean, there's something so wrong that comes to be what your problem solving skills bring you to.
Mm-hmm.
You know, let me kill everybody. There's something really wrong with you. I don't understand. There's something. broken, beyond repair. If that's, what you come to, and that's what you do. It's so.
Yeah.
Hi, Lori Coley.
Hello, Mimi.
Hi, Zoe. 16 days from the 1-year anniversary of your daughter's passing, and the days are getting harder. Well, okay, so you're 16 days. We've all got bad times in March then, Earthbound, because you have the 18th, Davita has the 17th, and Ray's birthday is on the 19th.
Wow.
Yep. Sandra, I watch Shanann's Facebook Live videos on a daily basis. She has such a beautiful energy, and her videos put me in such a positive mood mentally. Shanann was such a bright light. Yes, she was, right, Bonnie? Linda Fisher, 100% Nana Patty. Earthbound, I understand completely. Susan Witowski says. Jeannie is talking about life, says she loves you, Sandy. Where's Preach Queen? Is she having difficulty calling in? Hi, Mert. Your sister just passed away. Her birthday is the 19th, too, of March. Wow. Sorry, Mert. You knew who else's birthday is March 19th? Gabby Petito's. She has the same birthday as Ray does. Gabby Petito, yeah.
Oh my gosh. March just keeps getting worse.
Right, yeah. Yep. What's the matter?
Bruce smelled you.
He did? Oh my. Ed's birthday is the 19th too? Wow, Mary, that's crazy. The number is in, yeah. Hi, Sherry Shirley. Carolyn, the Rusak family didn't ask for the death penalty. The mercy they gave him was incredibly kind. Yes, it was. And, Sandy, being a good Catholic, then couldn't sign that down because that's not what she believes. It's not her right. She believes that. Your birthday's the 30th? I just can't imagine what our lives would look like without each other. Here, your channel really helps with grief. Carolyn, thank you. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for feeling grateful, and I'm thankful as well. Hi, John Cuddy. I meant to say the 19th. Sorry about that. What, you have something on the 19th as well, Johnny? God, oh, here she is. I believe she's called in before. But she's here now. She's connecting her audio. Hello, Preach, can you hear us? Preach Queen? Hello?
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah. Yep.
Hey, sorry. I haven't
right.
joined a live this way before, so it took a little bit.
Oh, I thought you called in once before, but okay.
No, first time.
Oh, okay, good. So you've never been on Zoom before, so good.
No.
Nice. No. It wasn't hard once you got the app, right?
No, it wasn't hard at all. So
Okay.
It was okay.
Oh, your daughter's birthday, Jonathan. Wow. So what were your thoughts on that? Seeing the video to match that audio that we've had.
I mean, the way I look at it is the audio's been out for such a long time now, like years. So, It's not.
Yeah.
You've got people running around saying, "Oh, it's brand new audio." Really, no, it's been around for years. It's just the fact that the video you see her, you know, actually physically in the interview room.
Right.
That's the only difference. So I think everybody kind of needs to calm down in that aspect.
See,
like,
but that's not what I'm
new.
seeing. I'm seeing from the unscrupulous creators the opposite thing. They're saying that, you know, Frankie and we were running with this as breaking news, and why did we put that out there, and that it wasn't. But you know that if it was the other way around and they had this, you know what the headlines would say.
100%. And it's just because, look, at the end of the day, and it's probably going to be an unpopular opinion, but unfortunately they've had the carpet pulled from right underneath them with this, and they don't like it.
No.
They don't like it.
No.
And some of the comments I've seen on some of the live streams where it's getting restreamed and everything, it's absolutely disgusting and vile as per usual. It's like, I don't know if you want me to tell you some of the comments I've seen or not, but it just gives you an idea.
Yeah, I mean, I did see, I heard some disgusting stuff, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, some of the comments were that the family loves the mistress more than their own family that they lost. Like, are you kidding?
Right, or that Frankie
really
likes her now. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, I saw that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, some of it is just, it was a crazy morning because it was very early over here in Australia.
Oh, yeah.
So literally hit the ground running this morning, but it was a very crazy morning. And, you know, it was actually also nice to see some people go, okay, I thought she had involvement for quite a few years, but, you know, now seeing this and looking at a few things, I realized that she didn't murder anybody.
Yeah, that's what I was telling Sandy. I did see that, and I saw that in the you know, Frankie's premiere, that people were saying that the video, because I didn't know. I'm like, you know, they're going to say that did this open up a can of worms, but a lot of people were saying, no, now that I've seen this, I think I am more at ease that she didn't have anything to do with it.
Yeah, definitely. And I guess another thing to kind of clarify is it's Sandy called the school, you know, the morning looking for her family,
right?
You know, and people wanting to pick apart that. If it was your family, wouldn't you be doing the same?
Right, yeah.
You'd be looking high and low and searching everywhere.
Yeah, but that would be a normal thing to see if the kids were at school, of course.
Definitely, especially when it's a place that they're known to, you know, go for school.
Yep, absolutely. But some people just want to pick apart like every little thing. That it's just ridiculous.
Definitely, it's sometimes it actually you just sit there and you just shake your head because you actually have to wonder.
Well, yeah, I think those people are so in that conspiracy that nothing's going to change it. So anything that comes out, and it doesn't matter, you know, like they could say, okay, what would change? Oh no, that lie detector didn't work right. Nothing would, because they're in their own minds. They have their own narrative. They have what's working for them. If they put it to bed, then they don't have, you know, this content anymore. And then what I've seen, you know, from these conspiracy ones, well, now she goes, I'm gonna start covering the whole case now again. When she never did,
and
it
it's all repetitive.
Yeah, and she never did it with facts in the first place, but says she's going to go and do this with facts when the other videos are just like ridiculous on the channel. So,
and that's it. Like this, so as you know, I create myself, and some of the things that I've watched and some of these creators, and they're very delusional and warped theories. I mean, one creator just in the space, I think it was probably about 8 months, had 54 videos of Nichol Kessinger. And it's like this, you're trying to go under the guise of seeking justice and truth. Well, it's already out there. There's 1,960 pages. Opinions aren't facts. And the fact that you have 54 videos in such a short space of time, and you have an obsession with one particular photo, which is her in her bikinis, you're giving yourself away. You're just here. You know what I mean? You're obsessed with a mistress at the end of the day. Just admit it, because anyone to me that sits there and says, "Oh, we're seeking truth, we're seeking justice," and all of this other ridiculous nonsense that they come out with. Well, justice has already been served 3.5 years ago. So all you're doing is exploiting it for monetary gain, essentially.
Right. And then, but they're the biggest ones that are so beside themselves that anybody else, oh, I can't believe the family would do this, this is so greedy. I'm just like, are you guys listening to yourselves? It's ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous, but they're so blindsided by this and so mad about this. And
and it's been made very clear by Frank, Sandy, and Frankie that no stone was left unturned when it came to her. If they found something that in any shape or form implicated her or she had anything to do with it, she would have been held accountable then and there.
Sure, absolutely. And I mean, And
I'm not a fan of the mistress at all. I don't.
Neither am I.
I don't agree with her, and I don't like her.
No.
But at the end of the day, as much as we despise and don't like what she did and how she acts and who she is as a person, and that she's probably morally bent, at the end of the day, she didn't commit murder. Chris Watts did it, and he was held accountable and appropriate justice was served. And at what point are people going to kind of move? There's so many other cases out there with current cases that I question whether some of these creators, and I'm not going to say all of them, is it that they don't have the capacity to follow a rolling case as it happens, because it's so easy for them to stick with the Watts case because it's all out there.
And they don't have to. They're making up their own stuff. So whatever it is, it's going to be just made up stuff. Thank you, Suzanne. Suzanne, love you too.
And it's like they listen to all of the interviews and they read. I question if some of them have even read the Discovery, but anyway.
They don't understand it either. They don't even know how to read the toxicology reports. You know how many people reported that everything that they tested for was in the system? It was crazy. It drove me insane. They didn't even know that a search warrant wasn't on Post-it notes. I mean, some of the things I went in and corrected were just out of this world. And yet these people will buy what these people are saying. And it's like, are you nuts? They didn't even know the search warrant because the officer wrote the things to search for on the Post-it note. And it was actually reported that the blankets were found because the Post-it note. And I have a video out there that, I mean, to have to correct that is just crazy, right? You think like, and the funny thing was when this was all coming out and I would see somebody doing that, I would say, I almost felt bad for the creator because I go, oh gosh, they're gonna tell her how stupid she is and this, and I look at the comments and all the people were going, oh my gosh, that they just bought everything that they said. Nobody said, wait a minute, that's not a search warrant, that's a Post-it note. I mean, I couldn't believe it. Hey, Elvin.
And I think one of the biggest things I think that, and I don't know if it's just because it's a personal thing with me, given that I have lupus. So I think one of my favorite things to actually debunk is when people say she didn't have lupus, she didn't have this, she didn't. So for me, the lupus thing is an area that I focus on because, having it myself.
And when preach queen. Preach Queen. So do I.
Oh, who was that talking?
Nana
Hey,
Patty.
Nana
hey,
Patty.
Nana Patty. Sorry, I'm kind of new to this. I'm figuring it
That's
out.
okay. That's how I found Shanann. She was in one of my lupus groups on Facebook.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and that's how I found her. And then I found out, she was gone. And so then I started looking at why, what in the world happened to this beautiful young woman. And then I found Carolyn.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
That's
So
a beautiful
yeah, it's
story.
funny how something bad that we have leads us to some tragedy, but also some good things.
Mm.
So I
Yeah.
found Carolyn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
And
Mhm.
Shanann
And
did say
and so
that if
you kind
dig
of get it
down-
too.
Right, but Shanann did say that, didn't she? If you dig deep down into the worst crisis, there's something good
Mm-hmm.
inside if you look hard
Yeah.
enough, right?
Right.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. And I think that's one of my favorite videos and saying of hers,
Yeah.
because
Mhm.
it's so very true.
Yeah.
So very true.
Yeah, absolutely. The thing is, people think NK knew he committed the murders or talked him into doing it. Even if that's true, she wouldn't be in trouble. Chris Watts did it himself, Gloria says. Yes, Chris Watts did do it himself. Yeah. And whatever, she has, like, and it's something that's for me too, because a lot of times people do really, really horrible stuff, and maybe it's not it's a lot of it's morally wrong to us and what they do. And I know, just like with my son and stuff that's done, and it feels like, oh my gosh, but then someone says, give it to God, and if you do have faith, God will take care of it. We don't have to right every wrong. We don't have to do that. It's hard to think that, because at the time we just like want to do that, but I think in a way it's power giving it to God if you do have faith. So if you are caught between like being so angry or saying, oh look, she didn't murder them, but if you feel that, oh, she wasn't truthful in this, or oh, she was this catalyst, or oh, she drove them to, whatever it is, you don't have to settle that. You don't have to worry about that. Just, give that to God, and then you just go on and just be a great person and try to bring good to the world and have faith. It's hard. It's better, it's easier said than done, believe me. But it's not going to bring something positive to your life, having like resentment or hate of someone, or feeling like you've got to right that. You can't.
No,
It's not up
it
to
only
us.
hurts the person holding all that in.
Yep.
And I think people actually have, over as time's gone on, I think they've actually somewhat they dehumanize people who are involved in this case, and especially when it comes to the family. And some of the things that are said and done, it's completely cruel and it's inhumane, but it's essentially because people are going over things so much, whether it be the discovery, whether it be the body cam footage, they play it so much that they start to overthink and look into things to a point where there's no critical thinking, and they lose all logic and rational thinking, that the answers are right there in front of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's like they're out of touch, and they've desensitized to themselves that the fact that a pregnant mother and her 2 children had their lives cruelly and horrifically taken. And it's just,
I
sometimes,
agree. Yeah, they don't think about that, and they think also, when I've said a long time ago, like people say, well, why can't people just stop with this case? And I think reality TV and not even reality TV, all of these series, these long running series that people are used to, I think in a way people have thought like, wait a second, I don't want to stop this. Like, can I have another seat? But it's not a series. This is a murder, you know? And I think that these creators have capitalized on that, and they're coming out with another season. But it's all lies, okay? Okay, this person's involved now, that person's involved, we have this person bought them off, you know, and they've created different seasons of this as if it was a, you know, a movie series, and it's not. Okay, and that's what the problem is. They're like catering to, yes, people want to keep talking about it, but that doesn't mean you should make up lies in order to, you know, keep that audience, because if you go to something else, your audience isn't quite as high. You know what I mean? So it's just they're catering to that, and then it's like it just snowballed and they can't stop themselves. Thank you, Bridget.
Yeah.
Thank you for always giving a voice to victims and their families. Carolyn, you are truly one of a kind. Thank you, Bridget. Thank you. Yeah, it's just, it's bad. They're trying to just keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. And that was the whole,
And I
the
think
whole
I
script this summer that was going to come out. That was nuts. And then they all denied it. And that was their whole script. You know?
And I seen somebody say, I think in chat, what do you think of Tammy Lee? Well, for me, I think, and this is just my opinions and feelings, she played an incredibly critical role in helping to investigate. And I know people question her and stuff like that, but I mean, she always wanted to be in law enforcement, and you can go out there and research on Tammy Lee herself. And it was in 2013 that she went and actually completed a 10-week polygraph certification course, and she finished at the top of her class. So, I mean, I personally think that she was amazing, hands down, and you can tell that she was very invested in studying.
Oh yeah, I think she
so
was
many
very good.
aspects.
Yeah, I think that people, okay, some people think the way she laughed with Chris during the time when they went to Wisconsin. Some people were like, oh, why was she doing that? Believe me, she had a tactic. That was a tactic. She didn't want to be, if she sat there all judgmental and told him what a horrible person he was and how disgusting he was, do you think he would be forthcoming in telling her stuff? No. She
No.
wanted to make him feel comfortable. She absolutely
Definitely.
did. Do you think she liked him? She did not. That's why she said she went home and collapsed on the floor crying like she has never done before. That wasn't because she probably felt disgusting that she even, you know, had to interact that way with him, somebody that did something so horrific. But that, you can hear
And
it.
she even made it clear her disgust for Chris and his actions. She's made that very
Yes,
clear.
and you can hear it in when she said, as nice as she was trying to be to him, when he said something, and I feel bad for the people that were there with the recovery. That's when she said, we were there with the recovery, Chris. We saw that. You could hear that she was so upset about that. And then, she had to take it back. But people go on and on about, oh my gosh, she was laughing with him. You know, how could she do that? Or they go the other way too, is that she made him think that Shanann killed the kids because she started going with that, narrative. And they all do that in interrogations. When somebody doesn't admit to something, they try to get them to admit to anything. They did it with Jodi Arias too. They do it. That's their tactic. She immediately tried to get him to admit the whole truth. Once she got him in that far, she said, don't you want to clear Shanann's name? She knew Shanann didn't do it. So wasn't that, but a lot of people couldn't get past that either. That, they say that narrative came from her, but that's just the interrogation tactics. Would have been from whoever was interrogating him. That's the way they do it when they're not admitting to anything.
I think she did a great job.
Mm-hmm. And I
thought
think she was
all-
very
Yeah.
upset he didn't go back on that. I think she was really hurt that he wouldn't clear it up, and he kept with that, for a while, that she did that, yeah.
And he signed the paperwork to agree to it.
Oh, he signed
He wasn't
everything.
forced.
Yeah, no.
He signed it. you know, and he was also given the opportunity that at
Thank
any
you,
point
Mimi.
it could come to an end. So
Yeah.
there it is.
Thank you, Carolyn and the Ramblers. It's great to be part of a loving, supportive community. We are all blessed to be a part of each other's lives. Yes, we are, Mimi. Thank you. Yes, we are. Hi, Kelly. He just sat there and ate that pizza. Yeah, there are so many things with, I mean, he was eating. He never once, you know, even before he confessed, anytime that door opened, any other father, first of all, they wouldn't even stay there because you'd go stark raving mad if you weren't out looking for your family if they really were missing. You wouldn't just stay and you'd say, look, I have to go do something. I have to go look for them. Or every time that door opened, you'd be like, what, did you get in? Did you find anything? He was never that way. Not even when they called him at 2 a.m. did he say, did you find my family? Did you find, you know, like he just, hello, you know, it's like, okay, thank you, Deb on the Move. So weird. Just, his actions were just so, they knew. You don't act like that when your family's missing.
And I think also another part where in probably the last just over a year and a half that I've been creating, at some point these people have essentially drowned out the victims and the victim's family voice by the false agendas and everything that gets pushed forward. And at the end of the day, it's their family, and it's just, some of it is actually quite horrific. When did it become acceptable for so many people to jump on such a conspiracy bandwagon to try and drown out victims who tell their story, you know, not their story, but tell you the facts or their story of what's happening to them currently? How is that acceptable? And because it's not, you know, people saying they shouldn't, you know, why shouldn't they have a voice?
Yeah, no, it's not acceptable. I mean, it's what they have no respect for the victim's family. They've lost all respect. They have no respect for the victim's family.
Desensitized and detached themselves.
Yep. And they think it's okay then, you know, they demonize them, and then they don't feel anything. It works, you know, so, oh, I don't care because this is where I'm going to go, and I'm the white knight, and the family doesn't care, and I'm going to find justice for, you know, their daughter, and they go off on that bandwagon, and it's just ridiculous. Yep. Yep. When it doesn't suit them, you know, and, you know, I heard another creator say, I have no more respect for that family. In fact, now I have respect for the other family, and I knew immediately it was a ploy to work with that other family. That's all it is. To try to reach 100%. Out to that other family in order, because they know they have nothing with the victim's family, you know. So they're going to go and say, now they've switched it right around and said, oh, I feel for that family, and then the whole chat just started saying, yeah, me too, me too, me too.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's ridiculous. It's all about, you know, keeping that going, keeping their stupid conspiracy theories going, and all of that.
Putting false agendas forward and narratives for people just to keep giving themselves content.
Yeah, they don't care. They don't care. I mean, they don't care.
And like I seen someone today say, and I corrected them actually, with the facts obviously, that the reason that Frankie was streaming the video was because that he obviously believes that Nichol Kessinger has involvement. And it's like, no, he made it clear, very clear in the chat multiple times why this was getting released the way
it's right in the video description too. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. So
yeah, it's just, hey, Jenny D, it's just Carol and I get so mad when they use the freedom of speech thing. Just because you can say something doesn't mean a person should say it. Where's their empathy? They don't have any. Lisa, they don't have it. They don't have it. I mean, I haven't even seen the other side that's like, the other dark. I don't know. There's like two dark sides of YouTube, but the other one with the armchair. I don't even know what's going on there. You know, with that or the seeking
Nothing
the
at
truth.
the
Nothing.
moment.
No. Yeah.
MIA.
Yeah, which I find is interesting because even the one that said that they were suing, I haven't seen anything. You know what I mean? About for the material, you know, for the video, but
the one that said, yeah, I know who you mean.
yeah, I haven't seen anything, and it's like whenever I see like an eerie quiet, I always go like, oh gosh, because yeah, it's not a good quiet.
No.
But it's something's going, you know, something's up, but.
And you just deal with it as it happens.
Man, there's always something that happens. It's just
just another day in the tubes.
It is. I don't know. Let's see what's going on here. Frankie Jr., stay strong. We love you. I think Sandy's accidentally deleting comments here. Somewhere, yeah, probably Carol Lucy. Yep. Empathy is a quality that has been said to be transferred from mother to baby in the first 2 years of life. It isn't something you can fix, Kathy says. Yeah, I don't know, Kathy. There's so many people here that don't have it. And like somebody said earlier, I have never seen so many just absolutely evil people here. You see, please let this see, because this is, someone came in here in my son's name and says, Mama, Shanann says to let her live in peace. Stop talking about her and the kids, please, Mama. That's when I was just going to say the depravity that you see on YouTube is somebody that would do that. Sickening. My son didn't call me Mama. Okay, so yeah, good. Have at the one. And my son is doing much more important things. And you know what I've seen that's absolutely disgusting? People think letting people rest in peace is not talking about your children, not showing their pictures. That's what they want me to do. They say that's letting my son rest in peace. You know what? Lose your child and then tell me what letting your child rest in peace. I will talk about my son every single day. I will show his picture every single day if I want to. I am his mother. Go get a freaking life. I'm sorry. These people are nuts. They are nuts.
Awkward.
They are nuts. But it's just, you'll get yours. You will. And then they say, oh, she's taunting us with God and karma. No, you're just a terrible person. And what you put out there comes back to you. So, yeah. It'll come back.
I know.
Okay, isn't it? She only cared about herself. Yeah, that's not what that means at all. You keep his spirit alive. Yeah, it's just people are disgusting. They are, and they're really bothered. They're so unbelievably bothered. And we had some really nasty stuff coming in there because I was in there and because they're very, very, very jealous. Very jealous of my friendship with Sandy and Frankie and Frank. They just can't handle it. They cannot handle it. Well, it's pretty sad.
Yeah, that is very sad.
They can't handle it. You talk about your daughter all the time. Yes, of course, Susan, right?
Mm-hmm. And just to reiterate for people that might just be coming in, the video was shared by them first for a reason. It was essentially to stop all of the people that re-victimize them every day, treat them inhumanely and so cruelly. And I'm even talking about those that target Shannon and the kids. And it was done this way because all it can be. And it's to stop you all creating it into something that it's not, because it's been out there for 3.5 years. And it's just simply all that's different is you see her. You just see her sitting in the room. The audio's been out for such a long time now. And at the end of the day, I guess another really good point is it's okay if people want to talk about the case, but stick to the facts. Don't lie. Don't overthink it. Don't distort it so much that it's just to simply fit your narrative for views and for money. And all you're doing is you're just victim bashing, and it's honestly, it's absolute madness.
Yeah.
Right now.
It is. Yeah.
Absolute madness.
Yeah. And,
and it's not hard to stick to the facts and opinions. People saying, oh, it's my opinion. I say, yeah, that's my opinion, but it's not fact. Opinions aren't fact.
No, they aren't. And I mean, it's happened, I don't know if you are familiar with Bianca Devins, who was murdered in 2019 in July. And her mother's been on here. Her mother lives in the same state I do, and she's gotten together with Sandy and Rosemary and I, and she had the same kind of thing. She had this creator that started to get close to the murderer in prison, and then start coming to YouTube and championing for him. And
did that creator's name start with an A?
Yes.
Yes, I was in the chat, your chat that day.
Yeah, and I mean,
I was in your chat that day.
Yeah, and she told her the same thing.
And
if you can't handle it, get off YouTube. You know what I mean? Yes. And it's like, why do they have to get off YouTube? Because you can't stop lying about a murder victim. Because then she was completely slandering Bianca. I mean, it was horrible, and to think. She sat in this chat for 3 months didn't say a word about anything, and then said she wanted to come on and talk about another case, got on and just went off on something, and I was just like, what the heck? And I'm like, who invests months of their time just to get up and then start talking about that? And what did it get you? Everybody didn't want to hear that. They don't believe you. We're not going to let you... But it's scary. And
the chat and the panel that day, it was about as interesting as this morning was. And I remember going to that person's channel and watching their content. And, I don't have words. I really don't. It was disgusting.
Yeah.
Truly disgusting. And all I can say is that person needs to seek some help.
Yeah, I know. It's horrible, but for people's answer to be, what they have to get off. Why? Because you can't, control yourself, or you just want to lie about somebody. It's just, that's not freedom of speech. That's slander. And
the stone cold blank face when speaking to it was horrifying to watch, actually. Completely horrifying.
Yep.
It's like it was just emptiness.
Yeah.
And this is me personally, I can't handle when murderers and all of that, when they're put up on a pedestal and they're glorified by little groupie fangirls. I can't deal with that. I just think that it's disgusting. I understand that it happens, but at the expense of victims and their families, no.
It's some kind of, it's almost like there's always a person that, the person that always plays devil's advocate on every situation there could be. And it's almost like they just, there used to be some lady, and gosh, we had to end up blocking her because she was just ridiculous. I mean, it was like every situation, it didn't matter which one it was, she always had to play the devil's advocate. And I think that was just totally just her personality would just go against whatever either the facts showed you was true. Like she just went always in the opposite direction. And I think there's a lot of people that make their way to YouTube doing that and just want to push the envelope. And I don't even think some of them even believe it, but they just want to be like shock that they could be, you know, gunning for, you know, like the ones that, you know, you take Charles Manson, you know, oh, Charles Manson's a great guy, you know, you just say the most outrageous things. And there are people like that just want to draw people in by that craziness, shock jock stuff. Yeah.
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 And this is the thing. I've had a look at a few creators. One disappeared for a little bit, but has come back, and the view count and their reach has dropped significantly. And, you know, we'll just see how they keep traveling along. Mm-hmm. But, you know, but the thing is that creators' engagement on YouTube was quite high purely because of the shock value.
Right. You don't mean somebody with the initial CK, do you?
No.
No.
No,
okay.
No. Somebody from where I am,
okay.
As you can tell by my accent. Yep.
Okay.
But it's the shock value. Mm-hmm. And once, because I've seen somebody say once something kind of turns around and happens to them, then they cry and, cry wolf and everything else like that.
Yes.
But when they try and make a return, once that shock value of what they're doing to victims is kind of that power is taken away from them. Mm-hmm. So when victims take their power back, their views have dropped 100%. Their views have dropped right down because they can't come back and do and say what they were.
Right.
Because that power's been taken away from them.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. And Marcy says, I love and pray for you all. I have to go to work early, so I'll be heading to bed soon. Carolyn, Mommy, everybody, you're amazing. Sandra, I love you all too. Yes, thank you, Marcy. People seem to be okay with bad things happening unless it happens to them personally. Exactly, Henny. And then it's, a different story. Hey, Linda. Are you, Linda Yerby? God bless. You're 78? God bless. Where's that? So I don't, I don't know. It's just that the laws and everything, they have to catch up. They have to, the most horrific things happen, and it's like, sooner or later, somebody's going to get killed. They are. The YouTube has gotten so volatile. Somebody's going to die. Somebody is going to die. Because there is so much hate.
Whether it be physical harm.
Oh, I mean through physical
suicide.
Suicide, right? But there's so much hate being incited, and some of these things are very cult-like, and one of these people is going to do something, okay, to please the creator, and it's going to happen, and that's the only time that the laws are going to change. And that's sad. It's really sad that it's going to take that, but it's not far. It's not far from that happening. It's not. I've never seen it so as bad as it is now. All of the hate that's being incited, it's horrible.
Yeah. And the thing is, there's no blows too low.
Nope.
I know it was last year. I thought how much lower and how much more can this be twisted when photos of a lady who was simply going about her day doing shopping in a car park
Right.
was then splashed everywhere, and it was obviously, given today's topic, claimed to be Nichol Kessinger. You know, and it's like, wow, like this poor woman's going about her day, her life, doing shopping, and she's got some random person taking her photos of her, and next minute, here we go, she's all online. People are claiming it to be, you know, NK, and it's like, how much more invasive and intrusive is it going to get into people's lives? This woman probably wouldn't even have any clue what's going on, but she's having photos taken of her and she's splashed all over YouTube.
Oh yeah, that's going to happen.
You know?
I mean, yeah, there's just so
and it's
many.
progressively gotten worse and worse.
It's worse.
Like,
it's so
for
bad.
everyone, no matter what community you're in.
Yeah, they're trying to, you know, if they don't like someone, then they'll try to dig and dig and dig, and you know, they go with these lies. You know, the greatest lies about me now is like, don't come in my chats because I'm collecting information. I have like these superpowers, and I can just draw information out of the chat. I mean, and it's the most absurd things you've ever heard, but there are people believing it. And that's what I'm saying. It's crazy. If they would even ask themselves, how would she be getting this? So now I've heard, don't email me because I have some kind of device that gets all your information. Don't come in the chats because I have a device that gets all your information. And of course they're saying this. The reason they're saying this is they don't want people to come here. But instead of people saying, well, wow, this creator sounds like the cheese is slid off her cracker or his cracker, they sit there and they believe this crap. And so they're scared, and then they go around and they keep perpetuating this, and it's to the point, you know, there's going to be repercussions from it because they're slandering me, and I'm not going to sit here and take it. So yeah, but they're people are really really disgusting. I have to say that they're a new level of evil on these YouTube streets.
Yeah. I throughout my time, I've had quite a fair share of threats and things thrown my way as well. Most recent was blackmail. Anyway, we won't go there, but I've been told to go jump off a bridge and commit suicide. I've had people tell me that they're going to track me down and sort me out. I've had people say that they're going to arm me. I've had a lot of disgusting and vile things.
Oh, yeah, I've had that too. My children have been threatened with that too in emails. I mean, it's disgusting. And then the other thing, you know, some of it is like, but some of it is laughable. Like, I wanted to say to these people, how am I getting that stuff? How am I getting all of that stuff? Okay, when I can't even figure out Nana Patty's address to send her napkins, I have to, and it becomes a joke. I say, because to Davida, I said to Davida today, could you give me your address again? Because I don't want to go searching the spreadsheets for it that they say I have. Because I can't even keep track of that, okay? I can't even keep track of where in my videos is this thing or that thing, but they think I have this sophisticated labyrinth of all of their information. And, you know, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, guys, really? Please. But it's, you know, it's laughable that they're that insane that that's what they think. I mean, it just shows.
I don't know where you find the time. I just don't know.
Yeah, and then I'm running all these channels. You know, I run. Did you know I run multiple channels here? I run about 6 clip channels. This is what I do: 5, 6 clip channels. I'm running Sandy's channel. I'm running everybody's channel.
Plus you're in other channels.
Yes, as
under
Cara
different
Lucy.
names.
Yes, I've been. Anybody that sticks up for me, that's me. And they hi Carolyn. And they think, I've even had Carol Lucy on the panel, and they still say we're the same person, even though she's in Ireland with an Irish accent and red hair. We are the same person.
Well, I'm sure if you ever gain an Australian accent at any point after having me on panel, you'll probably.
Oh my gosh, it's crazy.
I may be the same.
Everybody is me. Oh, there's Carolyn. That's her other channel. I'm like, how am I running all these channels? I'm collecting everyone's information. I'm like, they have a lot of. Think I have so much time to do this. Oh my gosh. I can't even remember if we're cooking one Sunday or having an auction, but they think I have all this intelligence information coming in. I love it.
It's pretty insane, really.
It is absolutely. It's really, that part's laughable. That part is really laughable, and it's laughable that people believe this, but it's even more laughable that it's perpetuated by a alleged psychologist on YouTube who is saying that I am tracking people. Oh my gosh, yeah, it's just crazy. It's crazy.
It makes you wonder how she handles a patient coming in and telling her that, they wear a tinfoil hat.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's kind of scary. But I don't know what it's just, it's nuts.
Well, I'm going to have to hop off very soon.
Yeah, what time is it there?
I guess just, it is 3:40 p.m. on Thursday afternoon, so I'm in the future.
Oh, you're in the future. Yeah, Jimmy would be in surgery if we were where you are.
But, yeah, he'd already be done by now, wouldn't he?
He'd be in the surgery now because they said he's got to go in at 12. They got to prep him for 2 hours, and then it could be a 5-hour surgery, 3 to 5 hour surgery or something like that.
Well, he'd be getting close to coming out of surgery if he was in the future.
And then I'd be live because I'm going to be live sad fishing all day for his surgery.
Oh, okay. Well, have fun with that, I guess. Good luck
You
with that.
gotta have fun with it because they say I'm gonna do it anyway. If I mention Jimmy's surgery, they say I'm sad fishing. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'll just say I'm sad fishing for Jimmy's surgery, right? Then they don't have to say it.
May as well join it, right?
Right. If you can't beat them, join them, right? So yeah.
That's all right. I always get lost in translation because obviously there's lots of different things, and Aussies have a very different sense of humour. I've discovered, and sometimes people go, I don't understand what you mean, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'm completely lost in translation, but it's all good.
Right, yeah. I know. Yeah, I get
but I guess
flippant. I don't know.
It's just I guess I just want to say before I jump down is that Santa called everybody to find out where Shannon and the girls were that morning. And I guess when you look at it from their point of view, and I can't imagine being in that situation, you'd be questioning are they having a car accident? Like, have they had a car accident? Like, have they broken down somewhere? Like, there's the scenarios that could be playing out at your head in that point. I couldn't even count how many and what you would be thinking, and it's very clear that they didn't know what was going on. So for people to say that it was organized and arranged and all of that stuff, no, that is just conspiracy theories and absolute complete rubbish. And you're just doing that to be, to cause harm to them and emotional distress and to be malicious. It is done with malicious intent. They didn't know where Shannon was or where the kids were. And, what are they meant to do? Of course, if it was my family, I'd be ringing around everywhere, turning over every stone, every leaf, searching everywhere possible, ringing whoever it was to try and find out what was going on. It's not as if they can, they're just going to sit on their ass and twiddle their fingers and go, I'll just wait for someone to call and let me know.
Yeah. Yep.
And
right.
It's
like,
come on, people.
They're so judgmental and so, it's just They judge every single thing. Well, why did she say this? Why did she say that? Why did she say check the knives? That's the other thing, right? That's always going around. Why did she say check the knives? Okay. What?
Mm-hmm.
You check everything.
I know. It's
You would
crazy.
check everything. You would check, where's their purse? Of course, you're going to check everything if someone's missing. Because what if someone came in? It didn't mean that, there's going to be 100 other reasons. They just go on and on and on and on.
It's just a complete cycle. But like what I've noticed is there's a cycle of they replay certain content and rehash over certain aspects of it, and then they come around and then they'll move along and they'll repeat the circle in the next narrative and false agenda, and then they'll move on to the next one, and once they get through that cycle, then they'll go back to the first one and they'll go back around again, and it's just been going on for 3.5 years. And how many times are you going to keep going around and around and around and around? Case is closed. Appropriate justice is served. It's done. It's dusted. Wholly and solely Chris Watts, and just lay off them.
Right. Absolutely.
Go help other people seek. There's lots of families out there that are seeking justice, doesn't know where their loved one is. There's kids missing. There's so much horrific stuff that happens around the world daily, and so many people that would love for people to help their families and help them get answers. Go focus on that in a positive light, not in a victim bashing, dragging, over analyzing it, distorting it, that it becomes something that it's not. Genuinely help. If you're interested in crime and true crime, genuinely help people.
Right. Yep. Yep. I mean, there's a lot of things like,
stop.
There's laws, there's, movements, for good, like Rosemary D'Alessandro, before the internet or anything, that woman, and I just sent her, this community got her the white butterfly because her daughter was murdered in 1973 at 7 years old, sexually assaulted and murdered by their next door neighbor, high school science teacher, so delivering Girl Scout cookies, okay? And her mother, Rosemary, she is a powerhouse, still going. She helps people with laws. She's met with us, and so Debbie D got her the white butterfly, and I just sent it along today to her because she's coming on bad anniversaries too, because Joan was murdered on Holy Thursday and she was found on Easter Sunday. So she goes into that, and even all these years later, 1973 to now, she tells me it's still, some days she's still in denial that it even happened. And, and she didn't have to deal at that time with the internet and all of its meanness, but, recently they have had meanness on the internet since they've been on, and it's sad. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
It is just disgusting, but
and that's like there's two big cases in Australia. Obviously, the Cleo Smith one, where she made headlines around the world because she was missing
Cleo Smith,
days. Yep. So there's that, and I believe the sentencing and that for her abductor is coming up this month. So
what happened with Cleo Smith? The man that took her, he collected dolls, right? And he was in a house, and
yes.
He was posting on
Bratz
Facebook.
dolls.
Yeah, Bratz dolls.
Yes.
And what happened? Have they had a trial yet?
No, so he has gone for a few mentions in court, and they did also end up putting another charge on him, which was the assault, obviously, of police officers. Because the day he was arrested, he did assault officers. So that's a few charges there for him. And obviously the abduction charges. So his sentencing is coming up this month. So obviously, he will be looking at some time. But yeah, he did actually, it's quite a sad story. So he grew up, after his relatives passed away, he grew up with somebody who took him in, and she absolutely adored him. And then she passed away. And he obviously loved to care for things. And once she passed away, he obviously got an infatuation with dolls, particularly Bratz dolls, because of the realistic thing. And he would actually take selfies with these dolls, drive them around. It's actually quite sad when you read about it.
Right, I saw that part of it. Yeah,
case,
that he went driving around with his dolls and stuff. But was she his first abduction?
Yes. Yep. So he just and the thing is, everybody's going, no, he didn't have the capacity to do it himself. He 100% did it himself. And yeah, it was his first abduction. His first abduction. And obviously at the moment we haven't got the answers as to why. So hopefully when it goes back to court this month, we get a bit more in-depth detail as to
right. And
why.
What's the other case you said you have there?
And then you have the Charlize Mutton case as well, which was sadly the little 9-year-old girl who was recently holidaying with her mother and partner because the grandmother had custody of her, and sadly she was reported missing, and 5 days later she was found deceased in a barrel by the side of a river in Sydney and killed by the mother's fiance. So we've also got that big case that's happening as well over here, and it's absolutely horrific. So
did the mother know that? Was she?
No, she actually didn't know. There's not a lot that's out there on the mother at the moment because she was actually taken into mental health care. So it's very sad.
Wow.
So, but they're very there's so much, especially with the Charlize Mutton case. The Cleo Smith case is pretty much open and closed, but the Charlize Mutton case, there is a lot out there, and, it's very sad. But Australia is obviously not like America, where we don't have live stream court cases and we don't have discoveries and stuff like that. So you really have to
you don't get a lot of information.
research and find what's credible and not credible.
Is that why that you guys, I know a lot of you that follow the cases, a lot of you are from, the UK or Australia. Is that because you don't get a lot of information on cases in your country? And
we don't.
Yeah.
We don't get discoveries and things like that unless things kind of become, so even the two cases, they're very public, but we don't get things like discoveries publicly released. We don't get live court cases streamed unless it's like a parliament or a government hearing or something like that that's high profile, that they think, hey, we think maybe, the people of Australia should know this. They will live stream it. But apart from that, we don't even get a fraction of what you guys get in America.
I know. And do people, has anybody, since YouTube and you've seen more of what, does it seem like, does people demand it the way they do, over here, if they think they're missing anything, they're does anybody, hey, you got to open this up and let us know? Is there anybody that's protesting for this
Definitely. Stuff? Yeah, definitely. I've noticed with the Charlize Mutton case, may she rest in peace, beautiful little girl. I've definitely noticed that because it's not very common for cases, prime example like the Watts case, for things to get so big over here and so huge on social media. But I have noticed with the Charlize Mutton case, because there is quite a few questionable things, that Australia's kind of going, hey, what's actually going on here? So the police have had to come out and actually do quite a few press conferences, because you'll get a press conference here and there, but not a lot. But there's a lot in this case that has had to be addressed. And then they literally said, while the court process is happening, you're pretty much not going to get anything. You just got to sit tight and wait and see.
Cara Lucy says they tell you to get lost here. She's in Ireland.
Pretty much. We've just got to sit back and just see what happens.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. So,
right, yeah.
So to see things like discoveries and we do get obviously some body cam footage and everything like that, but to see over in the States how it works for people that come from countries, because we've got very strict privacy laws, it's a very whole new experience. It's kind of like, wow, look at this information as such,
Right.
Because we don't get that here.
Yeah, here we go. Here we give everything. It's and I mean
Yeah.
some in like Florida, they're giving out the discovery like as the case is unfolding. It's like one of the most lenient states with the sunshine laws, where
Oh,
the
wow.
discovery is coming out as like the cases. And I mean, even in the Morphew case, we're seeing a lot of discovery being released as this case is not even to trial yet. So hi, Tevis. So it's interesting, but I think more people are expecting so much stuff now with everything, and it's crazy.
Yes. People just want to cross that line. They just can't accept what's publicly put out there and available. And I think it's just maybe, I don't know if things have changed just in the world and how people think. I haven't thought that deeply about it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like everybody wants to kind of, there's boundaries, and what's put out there, people just, it's like a greed thing. They just want more and more and more, to the point where it's so invasive on people's private and personal lives and the victims and the families that are involved in these cases. And they just literally want everything. Like, they want to know I don't know, the victim's family ate for breakfast, maybe 38 years ago.
Right. Yeah. No, it's a sense. I see it like more. It's a
anything.
sense of entitlement. Like they want everything, and
Yes.
I don't even understand. So many people want like autopsies, and I'm like, why would you want that? Just stop. It's like nothing is sacred. They want every bit of everything, and it's ridiculous. It's just like
I was actually, when now you've just said that, I was reading back over Discovery the other day to try and clarify something that someone said, and why you would want photos beats me. How horrific it was, I have no idea what is actually wrong in your head as to why you would want to see that.
I don't know. I mean, it's just like the people are traumatized.
It makes me question what's wrong with them.
When you hear that the people are traumatized in the recovery efforts, you know what I mean? Traumatized.
Mm-hmm.
And yet they want
Oh, but apparently PTSD doesn't exist.
Yeah, I know that. Well, I've been told I don't have it either. So, yeah, but that was by the alleged psychologist of YouTube. And, yeah, it's just, it's nasty. It's just, I mean, people don't even understand. Like my daughter, she'll say, she'll see conductors come in off the train lines, when someone jumps in front of the tracks and stuff. And they're so traumatized by that whole experience. They're like shattered. They can't even drive the trains again. And people will say, well, I want to see you. Like, I wish I could have seen that. Like, are you crazy?
That's disgusting.
I don't understand. My daughter said literally what is left after that can fit in like a tiny Ziploc bag.
Oh.
Okay. And people are like, I don't know. I don't get it.
Why do they want to see the horrible thing that the person went through?
And they don't understand. Like these people are shells of themselves because they couldn't stop the train. They couldn't stop it, and they feel just responsible, and just they're shattered. And then somebody will look at that and be like, oh gosh, I wish I could have seen that. I wish they would have shown that. Is it captured in a camera or something that I could see that? What?
And I guess having worked in a field where I had to work with deceased people quite a bit, it is very traumatizing, and sometimes you try your best to not let your work life and your home personal life cross paths, because it can actually be quite damaging. And saying that people who work whether it be in medical health forensics don't suffer PTSD or trauma. I know there was quite a few times where it was a policy that if certain things happen, we actually had to have counselling and things like that, and there's certain things that do cross home with you. And there's one, for example, for me that was probably about 12 years ago, and I can still see it plain as day. It doesn't leave you.
Nope.
and that's 12, 13 years ago. So,
Oh, yeah.
you know, and so to say that it doesn't exist for people, yeah.
Working as a nurse, I saw a lot of death, and
Yeah.
there are some cases that I'll never forget, and I do see it just like it was yesterday. And
It's burnt into, it's like it's imprinted and burnt into your memory.
it is, and some of those things are horrible.
Definitely, Nana Patty.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I've just looked at the time, and I
Yeah.
apologise, but I do have to leave panel.
Okay, well, it was nice having
But
you up.
thank you for having me.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, it was nice to talk to you. I mean,
Yes.
so glad you made it up. And
Finally, I figured it out.
okay, and you have a good day. You said it was 3 o'clock on Thursday, so
Well,
close
nearly
to
4 o'clock
nearly
now.
4. Okay. So yeah, you have a good Thursday evening, and we'll,
Yes. Well,
let us
thank
know
you for
in the
having
future.
me, and I've enjoyed having a chat, and I will talk to you all very soon.
Come back again sometime, Preach.
I will.
Okay.
Now I figured it out.
Yeah, now you have the app. Yep. All right.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. You have PTSD from working on the highway and getting hit twice. Yeah, of course. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff like that, PTSD on that. But Vintage Bonnie, Susie B. How come we didn't see Scooter? Carol Lucy.
I don't know. Didn't she know about this?
I don't know. It was announced for a while. Yeah, Mimi says, good to see you, Preach. We appreciate supporting Sandy and family. Yes, Jilly, Bean, Shopaholic. God bless. Vintage Gal, how are you? Yeah, and I know that we didn't have the auction we usually have on Wednesday, but I had to take care of other stuff, and then Jimmy's got surgery tomorrow, so maybe it'll be, I don't know, maybe we'll have one on Friday and Sunday. I don't know. We'll try to see where we can fit them in.
Okay.
With that, but tomorrow I'll be sad fishing from probably 12 to 5. Sporadically,
boy.
I'll come on and I'll sad fish. I really want to get. I'll be on my phone, so I don't think I can have a thumbnail. But I really thought of the thumbnail. I wanted to have a fishing pole.
You need one.
I want to laugh about it. Yeah.
I'm gonna put the stuff out in the car.
What car?
What car?
What is that?
Huh?
What is that?
What?
Stop it.
It's that.
Why?
The dogs.
Okay, what are you putting out in the car?
Oh, nothing. It's my manual.
Oh.
And I think
Okay.
the stereo, if I get that stereo in here.
Oh, there's two scooters here. She is here. Shannon, I saw those little chicks. Those are, well, not little chicks. I didn't see those anywhere else. I hope maybe I can find them tomorrow. The bunnies I have. The chicks are really adorable. Do for the what, Carol? Do for the
Scooter says, I've been here modding.
I didn't see you, Scooter, and I didn't see anybody say anything to you until I just mentioned your name. Yeah. Are they keeping Jimmy overnight? No. We get to have that fun ride home where I see the lady swinging her arms. Yeah.
He may want to go shopping again.
Oh gosh. Don't let her put the chip in Jimmy. Yeah. That's really what his surgery is. He's getting implanted with the chips.
Mm-hmm.
What am I doing, honey?
Getting into chips so I can track people. So you're getting those implanted too, so I can track you. Yep. And have them put them in there. Yep. Thought of you. Yeah, I know, they're so cute. Did you get any? You want the bunnies and chicks? Oh, really? You saw it? You didn't find any? They had the bunnies a while ago, Lisa, that I saw, but I've not seen the chicks. You've been out recently, Lisa? So scary times in Europe right now. It's good to be able to come here and get a break. Yeah, Lisa K, stay safe. Holly, weather's not great. It's so sad. I've got to
Hi,
run.
Shannon M. I haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah, she was the one that was posting about the chicks in Slack today. Did you get slicks, Shannon? Schlicks. Oh my gosh.
Chicks? Chicks?
That was Slack and chicks. Slicks. Yeah, chicks. Oh my gosh. It's a good thing I don't drink or anything because I can't even imagine the things I would say.
Yeah, it's a very good thing you don't.
Yeah, I know. No, never found them last year. Well, no, they didn't have chicks last year. Oh, and none this year? I was out a couple of weeks ago. Oh, okay. But I think the chicks are a new thing. I don't think the chicks were ever there before. Susan, it breaks my heart. Slicks. I know, Kubi. When did you find them, Shannon? Was it recently?
Honey,
Yeah.
smelling like a mother out there.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Great.
Don't worry.
Yeah, don't worry. No
It's
chicks.
gonna be clear tomorrow.
We'll go back tomorrow and get something.
Stops tomorrow.
Really? And you walked right by them, Shannon M? How could you be that? How could you not take them home with you? So,
You have to get up early tomorrow?
no.
I don't have to get up early to get the kids out, but I think they're gonna have a 3 hour.
They're going to have a 3-hour delay.
So a 2 hour delay. Right after they go, then we'll go.
Yeah, we have to
I'm
go
supposed to
by
be there
10
at
o'clock.
Okay.
Yeah.
Noon. And then how long is your surgery?
Okay. Here's what they said. They said it could be up to 2 hours prep. They said the surgery is like 2 hours because it's.
Oh, I thought you said 3 to 5 hours.
Well, no.
Oh,
the
you
whole
mean
thing.
total? Okay.
Yeah, well, yeah. Well, it's gonna be more than 3 to 5 hours because I think because it's then I gotta be covered. So if it's 2 hours prep, and then 2 hours surgery, that's 4 hours, and then how long does it take?
Recovery, 5 hours, yeah.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a while, I think, and we'll see, how long. And I want to take, I want to hurry up through everything except for the surgery. Take your time.
Mm-hmm.
Take your time. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's really. I was reading all about it. It's like it's called allograft. They take a piece of tissue, and they're going to sew it onto my rotator cuff at one end, and then screw it into my bone on the other. The piece of tissue, and it'll all grow together.
You never had any screws put in the last time?
Yeah, I had calcium screw.
Oh.
And it turns the bone though, so it's already turned the bone. That's what they said last time I saw them. Is that a calcium? So it's a calcium screw, and so it's not going to be metal. But it's really tough because they do it all arthroscopically. They have to cut the tissue to the exact size of my rotator cuff. Well, not the exact size; it has to be a little bigger, and they have to attach it, and all these places. So how they're doing this all with through arthroscopically without my shoulder cut open. And so
Don't cut corners there, yeah. Could
You
you
look-
rush it through? Yeah.
yeah, you can look it up. And
It's
see
amazing.
Allograft. It's like crazy. It's pretty cool. It should work well.
It's really neat that they can do all that arthroscopically.
Yeah, I know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
See, I think they get they have the stitches, long stitches sticking out of the top. I think already they where the main parts are attached. They have a drill, and they have it screwed in my bone, and it has to stay there, and it can't move. Otherwise, when they screw the screws in, they won't. They say it's next to impossible to get them to go in if you move the drill. So a drill is anchored into my bone while they're doing all this too. And I was reading about it. It says that you take a mallet and softly hit it in. Holy crap, Yeah. So, but I think like
Good night, Sandra.
They
You're
put the
welcome.
anchors in certain
God
type
bless.
of thread, and then
Love
they stick it out of the hole, and they put it in the certain places on the allograft, and then they push it in there, and it just slides right sort of into place, and then they make sure it's into place, and then you got to attach it and stretch it and all this stuff. And yeah, I'm kind of I'm nervous. It's a long thing, long 2 hours long. And
Jimmy, I'm a nurse and I've never watched a video on any surgery that I'm ever going to have because I don't want to know what they're going to do to me.
Yeah. No, I didn't watch. I didn't watch the video. I read the steps involved. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was reading it. It's pretty long. There's a lot of stuff, and they talk about the pearls. You know, what's good about it and what's bad about it is that it takes long.
This is your fourth surgery on that arm?
No.
That's a fourth one on that shoulder.
No.
Jimmy, you had two.
No, I had one on this
3?
one, and I had two on this one.
Okay.
This is number 3.
This is number 3?
3, yeah.
Thought this is number 4.
No.
Because I thought you had 1, 2, 3.
No, 1, 2.
But you had the elbow done.
The elbow done, yeah.
The elbow done on that arm, so that.
That's from freaking skating.
What are they going to do if this doesn't work, Jimmy?
They're going to get a bionic arm, right?
Better get what do they say? Better get what's that stupid commercial?
Better get Mako?
Better get Mako. No.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I think it's gonna. I mean, it has to work. I'm sure it's gonna work. I think the failures are my own fault. I really do. You know,
You're not going to do that this time, right?
No, I'm not, and I'm not gonna. Let it happen. It possibly could have been the physical therapy, but it also had a lot to do with me too. So it's not happening this time. You know, and it shouldn't have happened last time. I just cannot believe I did that. I really.
What was that with the bar you lifted at Mike's?
The what?
The bench press you did at Michael's?
No, I'm talking about loading that truck up that time, I think, and then also going to physical therapy.
Well, how could going to physical therapy?
When they had me wash the wall, they had me reaching out as far as I could.
Wash the wall.
That's what it was like. That's the motion of it, and it's like sliding across the wall.
But they're supposed to be taking care of you.
Yeah, I know, but
I've heard of patients getting messed up in therapy.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, the physical therapist that originally took care of me said later on that day when I was getting ready to leave, she was saying, look, if anything hurts you, you need to let us know. You're not supposed to come here and just be.
Is this washing the
wall?
wall?
I said no. I was reaching as far as I could.
Oh, up and around.
Yeah, and then and so I said, well, when I was like doing that thing over the washing the wall, I go, that was really hurting really bad. She goes, yeah, that's what I could tell. I was wondering, that's what I'm talking about. Don't do anything like that if it's gonna hurt you like that, Next thing I know, a couple days later, I'm getting worse pain in my arm, and it never stopped.
But why didn't you tell her?
Right then,
why didn't you tell her how this really hurts?
I thought maybe this is what it's supposed. I said this is gonna make it better. It's gonna stretch it out. It's gonna heal faster. I'm like a gung ho guy all the way around, and I was too gung ho.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not gonna be gung ho. I hope not this time.
So Are you gonna get that block in your arm?
Yeah, I'm gonna get the block this time.
Somebody said Sandra said when that wears off, she almost went through the roof, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
I don't know.
At least it doesn't wear off when you first get out of surgery, though.
No, but she said when it did wear off.
They say, I know.
I had therapy with one of.
A couple days.
What'd you say, Minna?
I had therapy with one of my shoulders, Jimmy, but I didn't with the other one, and they both turned out the same. I just did what they taught me in therapy the first time with this one shoulder.
Yeah.
I just did that with my second shoulder, and did it myself.
Yeah, I tried that with these after I injured it initially. Before I went to surgery or whatever, initially I tried to do the physical therapy myself, and I couldn't do it. And so I knew it wasn't going to work. So then they said they gave me surgery, and then I was going to physical therapy, and I thought I was really doing well. And all of a sudden, bam, I ruined it. But I was doing physical therapy on both shoulders because I rotated a cup, and the other one is also torn. It just wasn't torn completely through. It was a large tear, but it wasn't torn completely through, and so it hasn't really been bothering me because of the physical therapy I did. But up until surgery, they were both hurting really bad, because I hurt them both at the same time, and they just never stopped hurting. They never healed, but after surgery, he gave me a cortisone shot in my left shoulder right after surgery, and so that helped it out, and then it never hurt since then. So that's pretty good.
Do they have the option to give you a block before your surgery?
Yeah, they are. I'm gonna take it because it's gonna be a 2 hour.
Yes.
I'd rather them use the least amount of anesthesia as possible. Otherwise,
and whenever I had my shoulder surgery, they told me that the next day it would be wearing off sometime in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
And if it got really bad, I could go back in and get another block, and I did because it was hurting so bad.
Yeah, I
And
could.
it helped
It's
in
too.
that second block.
Yeah, it's an hour and 20 minutes. I'm not going back there, you know.
But if the pain's really bad, it's worth it.
Yeah, I'll see. I'm
I
not. Yeah, I won't
promise.
do it. That's just a long drive. It's like what? So that's 3 hours just on the road doing all
You
that.
have your ice machine, right?
Yeah, I have the ice machine. Yeah. Last time I just took my pain pills and put like for a
Last
week. I
time
took
you
pain
had a
pills for
really
week.
easy recovery.
It
I'm
was
hoping
easy, it
not.
was.
Yeah, I'm hoping that this
I
is
know.
not going to be horrendous because the other times you had it was horrendous. Remember, Allie was here. You had to get the thing. Oh my gosh, you and that was
I know, Mom was, like,
ridiculous.
dead. I was like, what the frick
Oh
is
my
wrong with
gosh, she was
I
helping
couldn't
you with
do
that.
anything.
Oh.
It was really hurt though. I could not raise it. Physical therapy was rough.
And Luke was only 3 years old, so that was bad too. You
Yeah.
couldn't change any diapers. Yeah, that was crazy.
Poor baby. I'm going to bed. Honey.
Yeah.
Take my shower tomorrow. I can't drink anything now, can I?
No.
Not even water, right? I can't have water also, right? Nana Patty?
What?
I
Can he
cannot
have
drink
water?
I can't drink anything, can I?
Well, they usually say if you have any medicine to take that you can have a sip of water.
And that's all?
To,
That's
Mhm.
All right, well, I'm drink. It's 12:15. Since my surgery is not in the morning, I'm gonna drink this half glass of water. Right?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can have some water right now.
All right, thanks.
Since your surgery's not until noon.
Yeah, no, it's
you-
probably
you
not
could
gonna be
probably-
till 2.
Probably
They
not till
probably
2
won't
in
do
the
surgery till
afternoon,
2,
but
maybe,
then it gets
unless
in.
if it's really that long on the floor. You know, we'll
Yeah,
see.
you could probably have water up to 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Mm.
I'm thirsty now. I'm drinking. I'm going to bed. Good night.
All right.
Hey.
Are we doing movie night tonight, or are you going to bed?
What time is it? It's
So you're gonna have to get up at. We have to leave at 10:30.
10:30.
so you-
Yeah, I do leave at 10:30.
So-
That's fine. I'm going or a cup of ice. You can have a cup. Oh,
Ice too.
I
Ice
think
chips.
some ice chips.
I remember when I was in that one time and I couldn't. I couldn't eat it all. They wouldn't let me eat, and they gave me ice. It tastes like a steak dinner one time. A little cup of ice.
Just
Mhm.
a steak
It
dinner.
reminded me like a steak dinner. I was like, oh my god, this is so good.
Mm.
Yeah.
When was that?
That was for the diverticulitis thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Cup of ice. I don't know.
That's something from like 1940 something. I think.
What is that?
It's Papa.
What is it though?
It's like a tag, travel tag, or
Oh.
you put on your luggage maybe.
Yeah.
Joseph, Papa.
Do you really go to bed?
No,
Ice
it's really
chips.
old. It's got a postage
You
stamp
finally
thing on
fixed
it.
and updated from kitten
This is
to
a
cat.
Columbus.
I didn't
I'll have to
mention
look
it
at
to you
it.
earlier in chat because I
See
knew
the
you
date.
didn't miss much.
It's really old. Though.
Oh. I
Brooklyn, New
figured.
York, I think.
Yeah.
What it said, yeah.
Mm,
See Lyn and the B.
yeah.
Bay Street.
I was thinking maybe I would read a little bit of the. If I did the. I don't know if I did the. Which one are we on?
Are you thinking about reading?
Maybe like, and then they can do a movie if they want. But maybe I would read a little bit of that, either the Juan Martinez or. Probably have more members here ready to go than Patreons. I don't know. So.
Probably.
Right, yeah. Maybe we should do that. Let me see, because it's still early enough, and then I can leave you guys. And if you want to watch a movie, you can watch a movie. So let me see. Let me put the number. Do I have the number? Let's see. So guys, we'll do maybe the reading of the Justified. Oh, but before we go, let me just check something else before we do that. I want to see something. If there was any updates on the Scott Peterson thing. Trial. Jane with strawberry shortcake. What do you guys think? He's going to get a new trial?
Snow's coming down.
I think it's possible.
Yeah, I think he might. Might get one. Connecticut police searching for boys missing more than a week. Wow, who's that? 2 little boys. Oh gosh. see here. Open this. Let's see. We'll look at some headlines, and then I will put the members so we can read some more of the Juan Martinez book, and then if you want to go into movie night when I go into the massage chair for a little bit. Why is that picture not coming up here?
That all sounds great.
Yeah. Is that not? I'm trying to get the boy's picture up there, and it's my computer's being wacky. Okay, come on. I think I have way too much stuff open on my computer. Okay. Slowly but surely.
I think, sorry.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
Kevin, I think we're going to do both reading and a movie night.
Yeah, do some a little bit of reading, and then since it's so early, and if I do that and say, oh, come on. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, LMNW 50, that's a good point. If they would have executed Peterson, there wouldn't be any retrial. But it would have taken them 30 years to do that, so
I don't know.
we'd still be here.
Okay, there's the picture. Okay. Wow, that took a long time to get over there. Yeah. Okay, so these little boys are missing in Connecticut for over a week. Let's see now if we can get over here onto this. Connecticut State Police on Wednesday issued an alert for 6-year-old twin boys who have been missing since February 22nd. Police say that John and Justin Henderson are 3 feet tall and they weigh 45 pounds with black hair and brown eyes. It's not known what they were wearing when they disappeared. No further information. That's crazy. I hope they're found. I hope they're with like a non-custodial parent that's not going to harm them or something. That's horrible. Let's see here. Suspect with what is this one? Wow, this is crazy. Every day there's something crazier and crazier. Open. So let's see, what is this? On Tuesday, police executed a search warrant in Missouri in connection with a double murder-suicide on Sunday in Kansas. An investigation into the shooting in Lenexa, Kansas, led police to a home in Belton, Missouri, reported that bomb and arson units had to clear the residence as police had received information that materials to make explosives were located inside. Days earlier, officers responded to a home in Lenexa where they found one person dead and 2 injured people who later died from their injuries. Lenexa police spokesperson Danny Chavez said that they believe Dustin Johnson, 37, fatally shot John Mikey Williamson, 20, and Sarah Beck, 22, before turning the gun on himself. Authorities said that Williamson lived in Lenexa while Beck and Johnson were from Belton, Missouri. Police said Johnson and Beck were exes while Williamson and Beck had been seeing each other. Furthermore, Lenexa police revealed that Johnson possibly planted a tracking device. Oh my gosh, here we go with tracking devices. On Beck before Sunday's shooting. 2 vehicles belonging to Beck and Johnson were towed from the crime scene. Johnson's car had a GPS tracking device on its exterior and 4 pipe bombs inside. My gosh. Johnson reportedly had 2 handguns and a rifle when he somehow got into Williamson's home. Citing police, Williamson's family told the media that Johnson shot Williamson and Beck with the handguns because his rifle jammed. A ghost gun was found in Johnson's home, and Williamson's mother, who lived at the Lenexa home with her son, recalled being awakened by the sound of gunshots. She reportedly entered the room to find her son clinging to life. He did this, Williamson reportedly told his mother while pointing at Johnson's body. Documents released on Wednesday stated that Johnson was discovered wearing a tactile vest and an empty holster on his belt. Oh my gosh, he was wearing a second holster in his boot, which contained a revolver. Detectives are investigating why the GPS tracker was found on Johnson's car. That sounds absolutely crazy. Ouch. I don't know. Wow.
It does sound crazy.
That's nuts. I need a whiteboard. I can't even figure out all the people. I definitely need a whiteboard on that one.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Who had a tracker on who and who had GPS on who?
Yeah, I'll wait till they get some more information on that one. What else happened? Star soccer player found dead in her dorm room. Wow. Okay. JetBlue pilot. Drunk pilot blows 3 times the legal alcohol limit and gets taken out of the JetBlue cockpit in New York, in Buffalo, New York. Wow. Crazy. At least they go. It's nuts. Crime stories. Cheating killer dad gets mistress pregnant. Fitbit catches him lying about his wife's murder. What is that? A second jury selection started Tuesday in connection with the trial of a Connecticut man who allegedly killed his wife and lied about it. Potential jurors are scheduled to be questioned in the Rockville Superior Court for a murder case of Richard Debate, accused of killing his wife, Connie Debat, 39 years old, in 2015. The case received nationwide attention when Debate claimed that a masked intruder with a voice like Vin Diesel broke into his Ellington home and shot his wife in the head. This incident happened just before Christmas in 2015. The case received further attention when prosecutors announced that the victim's Fitbit device showed her alive and active during that time that Debate claimed that she was already shot and killed. Wow. The initial jury was picked for the trial in 2020. However, the state's court shut down shortly after due to the pandemic. In August of 2021, a judge ruled that the jury had been impaneled too long and dismissed them. Courthouse clerk said that the whole month of March has been set aside for jury selection. Wow, I do want to. That sounds like a trial. I'd like to follow that one. On December 23rd, 2015, police found Richard. Now they say Dabanat. Debate, partially tied up to a metal folding chair and laying on his belly inside his home. He had a few superficial knife wounds and a couple of burn marks. Connie was found in the home's basement, shot to death. Court records state that Richard claimed that he escaped death after he burned the masked intruder with a butane torch. He told police that a man entered their home at about 9 a.m., attacked him, and shot Connie. Police, however, said that Connie's Fitbit was saying that she was active after the time her husband claimed she was shot by the intruder. And Connie's Facebook page reportedly showed she posted 2 videos from home nearly 45 minutes after her husband said she was killed. Wow. Okay. Prosecutors allege that the husband concocted a false botched robbery story after killing his wife and staging a fake scene at the home. They added that the husband was having an affair behind his wife's back for 7 years. His mistress was reportedly pregnant with his child when the murder occurred. "I'll see you tomorrow, my little love nugget," he allegedly wrote to his mistress a day before the murder. Wow, okay. Does anybody know this case? I'm going to have to study up on this case. I don't remember this one. According to the Journal Inquirer, the unnamed mistress told police that Richard promised her he would get a divorce, but worried about the money and being rejected by his parents and friends. Further, he allegedly tried to cash in on his wife's $475,000 life insurance policy, and he withdrew $93,000 from her investment account shortly after her death. State police say that the husband changed his story of the events a number of times since the investigation began. Well, that should be an interesting trial to watch. Guy looks
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Where was that? What state?
Connecticut, and I wonder what happened with the baby that she was pregnant with.
Oh.
Yeah, you know, and the kids that they had. That's crazy. Yeah, to look into that.
Hopefully, grandparents or sibling
Yeah,
has.
hopefully. Crazy. All right, so let me put the number in for the members.
I'm going to call in on my iPad so I can
Okay.
see back.
All right.
Okay.
Where do I go here? I go to here. Okay. Create. Create a post. Okay, come on. Come on. I better make you guys co-hosts. Yes. Yes. Okay. Wait. Come on. Okay.
Hello, Carolyn and Deborah and Nana Patty and everyone in chat. Much love.
Hi, Lisa H.
Hi, Lisa.
Hi.
Okay, let me go back. Yeah, join. Yep, join us. We're gonna do the Juan Martinez, and then I'll leave you for the movie night. I think you still have some of that Anna stuff to do. All right, and
Join us.
all right. So if anybody needs the number and can't get it on the member post, then just say something. Say something through email or something.
If anybody needs the number and can't get it on the member post, then just
Somebody's echoing. I'm also putting a post in the Patreon because for the movie night. And then they'll get a bonus. They'll get to hear some of this book tonight if they come and they're not a member. I don't know. Whatever. But that'll be in there too. Okay. So let's see. But everybody else, thank you to the moderators. Thank you everybody for coming, and we'll see you tomorrow. I'll be sad fishing for Jimmy's surgery. All right? All right. See you all. Bye. Love you. God bless. Let me see here. How do I end this? End this here. Thank you to the moderators. Thank you everybody for coming, and